It's hardwired into us. It's protected us and our ancestors from being eaten or worse. It's the stuff of survival, but it has to go. What is it? Stick around. Hi, I'm Tim Clark. I teach design thinking. As a product designer, I've used design thinking to up-level my problem-solving skills, including earning 5 Nike innovation patents. I've also helped numerous students and organizations transform their process and problem-solving skills. With this video, we will explore why we can't trust our own judgment and what to do instead. I admit it, I'm biased, but you are too. It's hardwired into us to make sense of the world quickly. Unconsciously, we make snap judgments to protect ourselves. Good, bad, indifferent, social media anyone? But there's a way that we can intentionally and purposefully change our behavior. To see insights is to see clearly, which is why design thinking assumes bias from the very beginning. One of the biggest tools for design thinking is empathy. Empathy allows seeing in a multifaceted way, to look, to live, to listen. Look, this is about observation. What details do we see? What body language? What are the things that are not being said that are clues that we can learn? Live, what is it like to live in the other person's shoes? This is seen through experience. And then listen, this is as much about asking the right questions and then stepping out of the way and really listening to what the user is saying. Brené Brown, a researcher on empathy, breaks it down into 5 different actions. Empathy drives connection. It encourages perspective taking and reserving judgment. It recognizes emotion in others and reflects back for true understanding. Another way to say it is, how do we capture all the dimensions of someone else? What I say, what I do, how I think, how I feel. So how do we capture insights with empathy? We start by asking 2 questions. What are we trying to learn? And what will this learning influence? From this, we create a hypothesis. At this point, we need to stop and realize whatever insights we gather, we need to test for confirmation bias. Confirmation bias is probably the most pervasive and damaging bias of them all. It leads us to look for evidence that confirms what we already think. We also include others who are not invested in this hunch, and they look through their eyes to see what holes may be there. After all, this is our bias, and we must test it and likely change it. Here's an example. It comes from innovation in an unlikely place. We were charged to create the future of a baseball glove. I know. How could you create anything innovative in baseball? I get it. But that was our charge. And we started with a hypothesis. And from that hypothesis, we made a very quick and dirty prototype. It was ugly. But we knew from this we could test our hypothesis. So we had a team of 5. We met with high school athletes and gave them normal gloves, and we gave them this prototype. And then we stepped back and watched. We watched their body language. We watched how they interacted. We watched their comments. Then an aha moment. The player with the hypothesis glove had a very surprised expression on his face every time he caught the ball. He was so surprised by what he was feeling that he brought the coach over. The coach tried it. He had the same expression. They had other people try on the glove, and they had similar expressions. That's when we knew we were onto something. So what did we learn from this? We were far from the solution, but we were solving the right problem. We also learned that as a team, we could devote resources to this because we felt comfortable about the ROI. But we also realized that a lot of iteration and failure lay in our future, but it was going to be worth it. By nature, we simplify and see things from our point of view. When we solve problems for others, we need to snap to their perspective. Seeing our limited bias is a good first step. Yet using tools like empathy allow us to move beyond our limited perspective. Stop chasing the status quo. Chase insights. I've put together a free PDF with 5 actionable and easy ways to put design thinking to work for you today. Hit the link in the description below, and your comments make this channel better. What's your aha moment?